Oh, I'm live. Oh, shoot. All right. Hello, y'all. So I'm Ryan Ford, and yeah, I'll be running Donkey Kong Country 2, the true ending category. So it's like one of the 4 like main speedrun categories on speedrun.com. Oh, am I muted? True. Wait, you're muted. Oh, okay. So just a double check because of that. All right, making sure I'm not muted. Like looking at the restream. Okay, yeah. Okay, Rachel. All right, so the timer's on my end for this one, so I guess I'll count myself down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so true ending. The very first level, so there's a dev intended cheat where I need to not collect these 2 bananas in front of me, and I have to do very weird looking specific movements, otherwise I have to reset. Where I'm gonna grab this banana bunch far to the right and then go back inside the indoors part of the ship. You can grab the 1-up balloon, and then you grab that banana bunch again, and then come back here, and the cheat should work. Assuming I don't grab these bananas unintentionally, because sometimes I get dropped jump inputs occasionally, so like sometimes I just like roll right into them. So it's good that that didn't happen. And yeah, so it gives you 75 creme coins, which skips the need to use or to do all of the bonuses and bonuses in every level and all the boss fights to be able to access all of the Lost World levels. So true ending consists of normally you have to like almost 100% the game to get access to the second fight versus Captain K. Rool. And yeah, with this cheat, then we're gonna do, well, pretty much gonna skip most of World 6 and 7, pretty much. All right, so Worlds 1 and 2, they all have, they also have like dev intended like warp barrels in spots usually near the start of the level. And in addition though, I'm gonna be trying to do some wrong warps in some levels because it's a little bit faster. So in level 2 just now, main brace mayhem, I did a it's called a beetle clash to get an invisible object which can manipulate or corrupt certain objects around you. So I was able to like move the warp barrel that's like hidden at the start of the level and make it eject me out of the level instead of bringing me to the end of the level, which actually doesn't give you any percentage for completion, but since I don't need to like do like a full completion thing, it gives you access to the next level, and that's all I want really. So I'm gonna be trying for another wrong warp here, but oof, this mistake might make it hard because I kind of bonked the wall when I was dismounting off of Ratley. So the enemies are kind of out of place, and where the screen's position was out of place compared to normal, so it was very hard to set up. One of the more difficult wrong warps in the game. That one only saves like 4 seconds over not going for it, but since I tried to go for it and failed, I probably lost like, I don't know, 12 seconds maybe. So yeah, mistakes happen. So Crow here is the biggest instance of RNG. So I've landed my 2 hits. He's gonna bonk the nest and then have a 50% chance to get a real egg or a fake egg. So I got a real one this time. And on this final cycle, again, 50-50, whether it's real or fake. So fakeless, that's nice, at least. And yeah, you can get an indefinite amount of fakes at like 50% chance each. So most I ever had in a run was 14 in total. So yeah, sometimes it can be rough. And every fake you get on the 3rd cycle loses about 2.5 seconds, and every fake on the final cycle loses 2 seconds because the eggs come out a little faster. So yeah, they're hit what's called a 2-1 jump along with the wrong warp. So 2-1 jump is a frame perfect input into a 2-frame window input to get a higher jump when you team up. So it's also called a team up super jump as well. It's the other name for it. They call it 2-1 jump because that level they call stage 2-1. So sometimes. And yeah, basically you have to press jump, 2 frames later press team up, and then when your team up completes you have a If you press jump on the first or second frame when your team up finishes, then you can get a higher jump. Hence the 2-1 jump. So I was able to jump on top of the alcove pretty much, and without doing a team throw. It saves like 2 seconds, I think. It's pretty little for a tight trick, but it is what it is. Yeah, so this level, Jungle Jinx. It's the first Lost World level, so it's like one of the more difficult, like, optional levels. And here I'm doing a trick called the Scrolly Scroll. So I'm doing the Diddy version, which is, I think, more difficult than the Dixie strat. But in this route, it's like a second faster, I think, or 1.5 faster to do it with Diddy than with Dixie. It's like slower in that level by a second, but I think it's like around like two seconds fast. I think you lose 2 seconds in this level if you do it with Dixie, because you need to get Diddy back, and you also can't do this goal swap as well. So there I swapped Kongs in front of the goal, and since Dixie was on top of it, it triggered the goal while switching my Kong order, because I wanted to start this level with Dixie for a number of reasons. So after I take this warp, then I'm gonna be forced to get a fanfare when I shoot onto the goal target. And Dixie's guitar solo is like a bit over 3 seconds faster than Diddy's rap, so hence why I wanted to be Dixie. And also I'm going to be using her hovers in the next level because to cross some large gaps. So DKC runners are great at naming tricks. It's so true. Yeah, like the one I did in oh god, what's that level called? Cannon's Claim, where I team threw into the enemy and did like a mid-air jump afterwards. They call that so it's a team throw super jump, but they also call it the Big Boy. So I think a runner named the Big Boy actually did it. I don't know if Cool Kid, who's a pretty known runner for a bunch of other games, is the same the Big Boy, because I'm pretty sure his name formerly was that. So every time I ask, he never answers, so I actually don't know. Yeah, so now there won't be any more dev intended warps for the rest of the level. So second boss, Cleaver. So there is RNG for this as well. So where those cannonballs spawn that fall out of the sky is random. I think I got the worst spawn both cycles so far, and I got the best one for this one. Yeah, there's like 4 positions it can drop in, so it loses a pretty small amount of time, like if you get like a bad spawn over a good spawn, but it does make it slightly more difficult to like land your hits if you get like the furthest away spawns. And yeah, so now yeah, so I did what's called a lava fly. It saves like 4 seconds when I like hovered over the large gap in the lava, and so that I don't have to bait Cleaver into attacking and then cross all those hooks to get to that cannonball. You can like get to the cannonball right away and then bait him on the right side. So once you understand how to do the trick, there are some like pretty safe setups to do it. Not gonna say it's free because I messed it up occasionally, but it's like pretty rare. I probably miss it like twice a year on average, so like yeah, it's not, I don't know, I think it's not that difficult, but it's very punishing to miss. So now we got this Rhino, Rambi, which community is definitely split on Love Rambi and Heck Rambi, but I'm on team Heck Rambi. There is a global emote. Both words, one word. Start of each word is capitalized. But yeah, there's a lot of issues with Rambi in Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, so that's why a lot of runners are on the Heck Rambi camp. So yeah, but he is faster in this game, like using the his super dash. So here I'm doing what's called Swamp Fly. So when I team through into the barrel, it gave a airborne state. So when I took damage, then Dixie jumped up higher than normal. So you're able to get just enough height that you can hover across the swamp part there instead of going through that arrow barrel that's like it automatically keeps shooting you out and it scrolls kind of slowly to the side. So you kind of skip an auto scroller and it's like faster to like take the damage and do it. So here, usually it's faster to navigate the first half of this level with only one Kong, but if I make one mistake, I'll die. So I just grab Diddy for insurance. Because while you have both Kongs, some spots cause like a little more lag from, you know, just extra sprites on the screen. So if I'm going for like personal best attempts, then it, you know, a lot of times I'll do it with one Kong, except in 102%, because I hate getting here after like, I don't know, like nearly 20 minutes and then like, you know, making one mistake and dying. So yeah, I decided to sacrifice the like second it saves or whatever it is to, you know, make sure I don't reset, basically. Because getting out of World 2 can be like grueling sometimes in like the really long categories. Never as much lag as DK. True, that big monkey. Yeah, so another goal swap. This one's kind of tight to get. Like, you can very easily accidentally land on the goal target or get hit or something. Ah! Why did I look away from the screen? I'm dumb. I wanted to try and be engaging with chat. Sorry to put the blame on y'all. It's my fault though for looking away at an important time. All right, quick death, but it's whatever. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so this level can be dangerous because you know, if you fall anywhere, then pretty easy to die. So there's like a semi-new wrong warp here that we use with the cutlass, this guy. So if you damage Dixie and like shoot out of that barrel while the cutlass is raising his swords, is like raising his swords has like the same like properties as like the failsafe that causes you to wrong warp out of levels for whatever reason. So yeah, there was like a few new wrong warps discovered like a few years ago that involve using a cutlass now. There's almost one for Ramby Rumble, but in World 4, but so far it's task only though, unfortunately. It's not like a humanly viable strat yet, if there'll ever be one. So yeah, Rattle Battle. No, sometimes people get their cat jams and rat jams in chat for this level. Generally runners, like a lot of them usually either like love or hate this level, but I don't know. I think I'm like decent at it, but I don't know. It's not like my favorite level, but like I'm fine with it. It's like pretty chill generally. It's very easy to get hit though, because I don't know, hitbox interactions can be like really wonky sometimes, and like sometimes you'll like jump on an enemy and like you'll take damage, or sometimes you'll be like under the enemy but then you'll like kill them when you like would think you would get hit. So there's actually like memes with the community where like, or challenges where we sometimes post a screenshot like a frame before the interaction, and it's called a snake or guy. So will the snake win the interaction, or will like the guy like damage you? And like sometimes there's like some that are like really split where people like guess either or. Like it's so good. I remember when I kind of revived the snake or guy meme in the Discord like a year ago. Then the first one I posted, there was like definitely like a 50-50 split. Like people were really unsure because it looked pretty egregious that I got hit, but yeah. So yeah, Black Ice Battle. This level is actually like pretty difficult. I did take like a couple safety strats here and there. Because yeah, since you can't see below you, it's like mostly like memorizing and like muscle memory to figure out how to drop down. There are some like slightly faster strats throughout that level, but yeah, I have it. All right, admittedly, I didn't practice this game before the run because I was practicing for practicing a different game for another marathon because I haven't played that other game in like a month. So yeah, I kind of spread myself thin. So here's another wrong warp with a Beetle Clash. Dixie's Beetle Clash, because her throw animation takes long, she has a lot of interruptible frames, so the Beetle Clash itself is like pretty, like really lenient for Dixie, but you just got to make sure to throw the invisible object at the right time when you're dropping down. Otherwise, you end up getting the bonus instead of getting ejected out of the level. So another community meme. So this song reminds me of my childhood. So press 1 if you had a childhood. Yeah, because a lot of times with runners, like sometimes like a new chatter will come into the stream and be like, yeah, the song reminds me of my childhood or something like that. So I've heard the meme a ton. And yeah, so to speed up like some of these barrel shooting sections, if there was a barrel facing the direction I already wanted to go, then oh, here's Vine Flip, by the way. But yeah, facing the direction I wanted to go, then you have a 3-frame window to shoot once you enter the barrel before it turns away. So I think I missed one quick shot, or did I hit them all? I'm actually not sure. I've been on like super autopilot, so kind of unsure. So yeah, Cudgel here is kind of a snooze fest boss, and it's like a minute and a half long. So community meme is to never sleep on the muscle. So normally you got to move far away from Cudgel and like throw these TNT barrels at him when he comes down after he lands on the ground. And to speed it up a bit, I'm waiting for him to come down and then walking underneath him and using Dixie's the back of her throw animation when she whips her hair back to kind of hit him like as soon as he lands. On average, it usually saves about 20 frames per cycle. So like after 6 cycles, yeah, it saves about 2 seconds generally on average. So if you mess up in any way though, you got to repeat that cycle, and like depending on which cycle you're on, you can lose like, I don't know, upwards of 10 seconds. So to save so little time, to save like 20 frames, you like risk like losing a lot of time on each one. So for the timing that I'm waiting for him to drop, since he drops at different times on each cycle, then I'm counting Dixie's oscillations when she, oh god, okay, yeah, that's good. So yeah, counting Dixie's oscillations when she kind of like bobs up and down after picking up the barrel. So first cycle 6 times, second cycle's 4, third one's 2, fourth one's like 2.5-ish, fifth one's also 2, and then yeah, 1 for the final one. Some people use like different kind of setups to like line up the timings per cycle, but yeah, I think a lot of people do the oscillation counting. I got so cheesed. I think I was on a bad subpixel, so I'm gonna play this part really careful to try to not die. Yeah, sometimes when you like roll on like the edge of a slope, then you'll get put airborne kinda, so I got like super robbed and like rolled into the spiny there. I think they call like the RNG roll in that spot particularly, so I think it's like subpixels, like something to do with subpixels, like causing that to happen sometimes. So here's another scrolly scroll, part 2. This is a common one, which you would normally see in any percent, and like everyone loves this trick. But yeah, when it recently got timed, because world record holder leftover in a lot of categories. He's a Japanese runner. When I was watching his run when he got world record, I forget, I think in Warpless, then I was like, so he didn't do scrolly scroll, is there a reason? So then people were timing and they're like, yeah, he's definitely like losing a second to like not doing scrolly scroll. But I was like, oh, it's only a second, because like a lot of people like think it saves like 5 seconds or something, but for how swag the trick looks, it doesn't save as much time as it looks, unfortunately, but it's still cool. So got a kind of long auto scroller here, first of many. Okay, it's not actually many, it's one of, well, in this category I think there's only like 3 auto scrollers actually, because we don't do Castle Crush at all, so that auto scroller is not there. So we skip most of World 6 by getting the true ending. And yeah, I guess it's all the cart levels. So to save a bit of time when you're jumping off of one of these carts onto another cart, then if you jump off early, then the next one will start moving sooner, so you can save like frames per jump. It doesn't add up to a lot throughout the level, but you know, at top level, if you're trying to like, you know, squeeze out like a second or something, then yeah, you gotta do it. For me though, I'm not gonna risk like trying to die in this marathon run, because, you know, I'd rather not lose like half a minute to trying to save like you know, like 3 frames or something. So yeah. And then yeah, the big time saves are these flitters here, and the ones at the one back at the mid barrel. So each one that you can skip bouncing over saves about half a second. It's swag balloon. So it's very easy to like hit that X barrel and have a door close on you, and then you'll lose Diddy. So community is split between getting swag balloon and saying no to swag. So I only really do the swag balloon if like a run's going poorly on PB attempts or marathon runs. I usually do it. All right, so this wrong warp is a pretty big like gatekeeper for like generally for like mid-level runners or like runners that are like above average generally. And this one can be tough, but I know I made it look easy, but there's a lot of moving parts because you have to like load certain things and enemies in like a specific order to have your ID set up when you throw that invincible barrel to move the warp barrel or move the bonus barrel to eject you out of the level. But I wouldn't be able to explain it. There's like tutorials on the internet about it. There's a lot of stuff you need to do. And yeah, so Rickety Race. This is the only level without a checkpoint. Get another auto scroller. What's it called? So yeah, if you get first place, you get a DK coin, but yeah, it's just faster to get first place anyway. So I held left at the start to get that boost barrel as well. So the level's moving like even faster than normal. So you have to be like careful, memorizing the level or just like reacting well. And the number 2 guy that I killed just now, if you make mistakes or jump on him late, like you can kind of easily like bounce into a pit and die and lose like a minute. So yeah, I definitely want to be careful. And yeah, first place. And this level is pretty much the same in like every category, aside from 102% where you get the bonus and then you do everything the same after the bonus that's at the start. Yeah, number 2 guy. Number 3 guy can be kind of like dangerous too if you bonk him. What the heck? I got a dead. So I guess I could talk about that actually. So dead rolls. So the reason I'm not just like rolling and running like infinitely, like I always jump like near the end of a roll and cancel the roll. Because you get a dead roll, you just come to like a full stop. If your roll actually like completes. So yeah, so you lose time overall if you get dead rolls. So that's why you gotta kind of like roll and jump, roll and jump, roll and jump, roll and jump. Yeah, so this level, Mudhole Marsh, is another really dangerous level. For a lot of runners, like they'll probably have this level in like the top 5 like hardest stages. I probably lost like a second there, or a bit over, to scuffed movement. And then in addition, there's like this like kind of like not trivial wrong warp as well. So yeah, I managed to get it. Nice. She failed that in practice like right before I started this run. So good that I got it. So yeah, next Lost World level, so Clobber Carnage. So there's a lot of these clobbers, the guys in the barrels, and like normally they don't damage you when like you get hit by them. But yeah, there's like a lot of pits and like spikes around. So the gimmick of this level is like possibly like if they like bully you like off of edges. Then yeah, the yellow ones like make you lose bananas, and then that gray one makes you lose a life actually. But you can recollect the life before the balloon flies away if you do bonk them. And same with losing the bananas too. So yeah, there's 2 invisible objects to do with a strat called I think this is called clob rolling. So like trying to pick up like a barrel while like a clobber is like colliding with another barrel that you throw. So I did an up throw to make it like travel slower when rolling on the ground instead of a normal throw. So yeah, so you can yeah, pick up invisible objects, and then it manipulates these rotatable barrels that's like flying slowly to the right to make it shoot you like really far. So you skip like both auto scroller sections, and you can save like, I forget how much it saves like over on the level. I think it's like more than 35 seconds if you get both of them. So it's pretty big. And then yeah, there's the goalies or the goalkeepers at the end. Because it can be easy to misstep and have them like bonk you into the spikes. So if you just hold like full forward and jump on the first one, like you'll often get bonked down by the second guy. So I kind of like wiggled and turned back after bouncing off the first guy. So yeah, gonna be trying a big boy right here. Yeah, to get this hook, which actually skips a lot of the level. Normally you have to go to the right, climb all the way up, then drop all the way down, and then come back to the left to where that hook is. But if you do the big boy, you can like scroll the camera up enough to spawn that that hook and team throw into it. And I think it saves like at least 10 seconds, if not more, doing that. I could be tripping, but I think it's about that much. So Ramby Rumble. So of course there's Ramby. I'm gonna be trying a strat called the death jump as well. There you go. So there, the bottom of the screen, if I just ran straight into it, that would be a pit and you would die normally. But if you do, it's called a Ramby double jump by letting go of the jump button, re-grabbing the jump button, and then canceling your super dash by pressing the opposite direction that you're running. So pressing back, then Ramby will do a double jump, and you can like move far enough that the camera will start to pan down and like not be a pit anymore, so you can like avoid dying. But yeah, so if you don't jump in time, you'll just run into the pit and die. And if you jump too early, then the camera won't scroll, so you'll just die as well and fall into the pit. So hence why the strat is called death jump. And I think it saves like a second or like less than a second, but there are some runners that don't opt for it because yeah, it's like a 5-frame window, I think, and you can die. There's like 2 spots you can very easily die when doing it. So yeah, so King Zing. The rule here is to never sleep on the king, because sometimes you think you have this guy for free, and then you know, you miss some shots, and he might hit you. You know, TY for the raids. Real question, am I grabbing swag balloons? Sorry that I missed like a lot of chat like during all those parts. I was kind of just autopiloted through. Yeah, so yeah, this level I find pretty comfy, but sometimes it's very easy to just like run into a pit and die sometimes. So yeah, Ghostly Grove 5-1. So I'm gonna do a moonwalk here to let the screen scroll to the or move to the right like a little later to spawn that porcupine later, so that you can get a longer extended rope, which you slow down to like build up more speed, so like can save time. I think it about breaks even if you're like are sloppy, but yeah. I like it because it's swag, so I just like always go for it. Hopefully not actually losing time going for it. Yeah, so it is a little like very marginally faster to actually get Dixie back in the next level instead of here, but I don't know, I think it saves like 1 or 2 frames from like like having extra lag in like that level. But yeah, kind of puts away the risk of dying a little bit for me, so yeah, I just ended up getting her. So here's the final auto scroller in this category. So Haunted Hall, Tupac's Library, as some might call it, because of the bandana from Cackle. So some spots you want to jump up or down steeper slopes to save time, and there's some parts where you can kind of like maintain your like speed gain by like jumping a bunch. I'm not very good at this level. If you like watch the task video, then you can kind of just like copy what the task does to like optimize this level. But I don't remember where they do jumps, and you also need to jump through those doors as well, because it loses time to like roll through the doors on the ground. It's like actually like a pretty big time loss compared to just jumping into the door. I'd like never noticed like casually before. So yeah, avoiding the minus barrels because you lose time, and then or the timer on the top, not like actual like in-game time or real time. Because yeah, when the timer hits 0, then Cackle will the community calls it sampling the mixtape. But yeah, so he'll damage you and you lose a Kong if the time runs out. So that's why I kind of have like a preset like jumping path for the most part to prevent that. So yeah, even though I hit 0 right there, that wasn't even close. And yeah, you can just hold Y and right here with Diddy, because he just runs onto the goal. If you're Dixie, her run speed on the ground and her movement in the air is slower than Diddy. So yeah, she can't even just like run straight onto the goal like that. She'll like miss the goal because she's like too slow. So that's why in like most levels when they have a lot of horizontal movement, that's generally why I'm using Diddy over Dixie, because yeah, he just runs faster, literally. Their roll speed is the same, but then yeah, Diddy's run speed in the ground and air is faster. What? I must have jumped like a frame too early there. Wild. Oh, I can't swap. Uh-oh. Yeah, so lost a lot of time there, but it's okay. So yeah, the wind cycles are like proximity based, so like they're predictable because it's like when you get there, it's like kind of the same every time. So there I'm setting up a airborne state by team throwing into the barrel. Oh my god, the corner cut like most of my speed, so I thought I wasn't gonna make it. And yeah, the reason I team threw it into the barrel was to do that goal swap right there, which we call the LZ swap. The Japanese runner named LZ, I guess, invented it or popularized it, I assume. I'm like, well, I can't really say I'm new to this game anymore, but like relatively, I'm like kind of like a new blood. So, yeah. So all the lore I've only like heard from people. I like, it's never a part of it. So, yeah, you know, I learn the things I'm told. So yeah, Parachute Panic. It's one of the most like visually appealing levels for like spectators. I always say that. So to me, I sound like a broken record. Yeah, memorizing like where to drop, kind of like Black Ice Battle earlier. And yeah, you're able to just fall all the way down the level like without using those purple parrots and without using Dixie's hover, which is even slower than using the parrots. And yeah, trying to like hover as little as possible with Dixie to like navigate through that level. So here's Fiery Furnace. Due to a new wrong warp, again involving a cutlass, this level is the shortest level in the game because there it is. Yeah, using the cutlass, raising his swords thing that I talked about back in World 3. That level is like one of my favorite levels like ever, like warpless too. But yeah, unfortunately the only category is a side category called All DK Coins, also known as Beat Mario, which is the only category now that does that level without some kind of like, without the wrong warp or without doing like a screen wrap like you do in 102%. So yeah, yeah, maybe I'll submit All DK Coins again for this next year or something. So yeah, this is a repeat, a rerun. If that answers your question. Me from the past is able to predict the future, and I'm teasing. Yeah, so this level's pretty dangerous, Web Woods. This level's like pretty hated among, well, some runners, and then also like casually, like almost everyone like hates this level because normally you would just shoot one web and then jump across, then shoot another web platform, then jump across. But yeah, since I'm able to do instant platforms by pressing 2 of the buttons that would cause a web platform to shoot out or form, so I'm just using both R and L at the same time to shoot the web platform and shoot and then form it at the same time. It bypasses the cooldown if you press both buttons at the same time. So if you use any combination of A, R, L, or A, any 2 out of 3 of those buttons, then you can do instant platforms. So Creepy Crow, back from the dead, after we whooped him in World 1. He also has RNG, so when the barrels spawn, they can spawn in one of 3 places, so left, right, or middle. So left is always bad. Middle, right is the optimal for the 3 cycles. So I got middle and right, so far I have like perfect luck right now. If you get left on the second phase, that previous phase, then that loses the most time. It's like 2 seconds, I think, compared to getting right. All right, so I got like second best luck, like middle, right, middle. That was pretty clean. Oh, normally I show off like a fake death where or a death cancel. So if you die after defeating Crow, then when you get that DK coin and like the fanfare starts, it like cancels your death. So sometimes I like try to trick viewers by dying on purpose at the end and being like, oh no, I died. But yeah, this time I was just autopilot and like trying to play the level clean, so I forgot to try hard. All right, so trying one of the hardest tricks in the run, Arctic Zip, which generally for a lot of runners is a run killer, usually. Oh, it probably saves more time in this category than in like any percent. That might not work. Oh, I got it. Okay, nice. Yeah, so you're luring that fish all the way back. I did the 9 bait strat instead of 10 baits because it saves like a second and a quarter or a second and a half, something like that, to do one less bait. But then you have like more chances to like lose the fish because you're moving like further away from him every time. And if he despawns off screen, then you have to go back to him and like start it again. And yeah, in this category, I think it might actually save like, yeah, actually, I don't know, like 18 seconds instead of 15. I'm gonna get this DK barrel just for safety. I know that wastes a bit of time. Heck, Ramby. So Animal Antics is like the final Lost World level. And yeah, generally this level casually is like notorious for being really difficult, especially the wind section coming up with Squawks later. And the speedrun wiki for the tutorials for this level, it's just like the wind is a gimmick. It's like literally what it says in the notes. Because again, since it's like proximity based, you can like kind of like barrel through the level or that section. So yeah, Squitter, I'm always scared here, so I do one extra web to not like fall to my death there. And yeah, there's still a chance I could die in this level, but we'll see. And yeah, so yeah, so this part, so there's gonna be a bunch of dragonflies up top, and you can fly over them, but usually normally what'll happen is you just damage boost through them. And then I got another DK barrel, and then yeah, if you can cleanly fly under those bees and not take damage, then it's better, but I usually expect to take a hit there and then just kind of fly straight in the middle, like between those bees flying around. And then here doing what's called Rattly double jump, which short hop double jump. So I'm holding the super jump button. I'm playing it safe too because I kind of don't want to die, but yeah. Super jump, so you hold A and then tap the jump button, B for a short amount of time so that you short hop, and it gives like a glitchy jump state, which lets you jump out of that and you can double jump. So yeah, assuming I don't choke this fight, I think I'm on like very low 38 pace. So when the DK coin, after I hit K rule this one time, then that's when time will end, which I forgot the timer's on my end, so I need to stop the time myself for this event. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, this fight's like a bit over a minute long of like one very long cycle, so important to not die, and also important to not like miss the one hit, otherwise you got to do this whole cycle again. So and I have choked it in marathon runs like multiple times, so like choked the one hit on K rule by like throwing the cannonball too early, which basically, yeah, so when I get a cannonball to throw at him, then he's gonna start trying to suck with his blunderbuss, and you throw it into the blunderbuss to take damage. If you've seen that move from Smash Bros. Ultimate, K rule. Yeah, so here comes the barrel. That was too early, no way. All right, I got it, and time. I was in such disbelief that I threw it too early. I did 2 jumps there to kind of like line up the timing, but I think I broke the barrel early, so I had the timing wrong. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed. 3806, it's not bad. I was like, I think like 18 seconds behind my PB, so not bad with like a death. With a death and missed top sail wrong warp. That's actually pretty solid. Like, no, those 2 things together probably would have like got me a PB actually for this run. Sounds very good. But yeah, I have another run for a marathon coming up, scheduled in like 8 minutes, so I need to go and check in on that if they if they need me. So I'll be signing off. Yeah, so if you want to shoot me a follow, it's Ryan_Ford522 on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. It's all the same. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and peace out.